Social media has granted society a lot of benefits over the years. It has made us more connected to each other than ever before, and has given birth to the influencer economy, which has made some people a lot of money, skyrocketing people's popularity overnight, even turning some into bona fide celebrities. All great stuff, but social media fame comes with a hefty price a lot of people tend to ignore. Ice Spice is the perfect poster child on how the internet can turn your life from 0 to 100 in a short period. And I know that sounds very enticing, however, the fast rise to fame due to social media is now working against Ice Spice, due to an insanely high amount of expectations placed on her. For this video, let's talk about Ice Spice's career, who's gearing up to release her debut studio album this month. Let's talk about fame prior to the internet era and how it was more legit. Is Ice Spice's career done? Does Ice Spice deserve her fame? And how gaining popularity in the social media era is the worst. This is the grim reality of social media fame. I am Don, your pop culture boy. Let's get into it. Let's go back in time. Back in the day, say the 90s and early 2000s, to be famous, you needed a gatekeeper, a director, a studio, a producer, a rich parent maybe, someone who was already in the industry that had the power to get you before the audience after you were vetted or chosen to be a star because you had something special, the it factor. And this type of recruitment obviously occurred prior the 90s. This was how it happened for a little bright-eyed Mary Beth from the black and white TV era of old-ass Hollywood. So you couldn't do it yourself. Back then, it was the man in the TV that told us, "Hey, we have a new star for you. Give it up." Audiences ate that shit up, as this was the legitimate way to identify who deserved fame, who required our undivided attention. To my 2010s babies, shout out to y'all. I was born in the 90s, and this was really the wave back then. Unlike now, where we the people choose for ourselves who is good and who is not.
No shared human experience anymore because everyone's living in their own pockets. Everyone's choosing what to digest. You got your shows, you got your artists, so you get to live in your pocket, and you don't really need to be told who's a star, who's most important.
The mid to late 2000s was definitely the turning point for celebrity and fame culture, with the rise of social media platforms
such as
MySpace and Facebook. And even TV started to get weird, meaning not so pristine, as people like Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian started getting televised, but they were still accepted because they were chosen by gatekeepers to be in front of us. They both had sex tapes which catapulted them to stardom, and I'm not shaming, I'm just saying this wasn't what the gods in Hollywood would usually present to us. So it is interesting looking back with a different set of eyes. Also, late night TV or TV after dark was a thing with the Girls Gone Wild infomercials. And BET had their BET After Dark block, where they showed titties and ass after midnight. And don't ask me how I was able to watch these as a kid. Matter of fact, scratch what I just said. It never happened. In the 2000s, early influencers like Tila Tequila and Perez Hilton would start appearing on TV, a time when traditional celebrities would wholeheartedly turn their noses down on internet people and wouldn't be caught dead standing next to one. Until social media started to be the leader in influence, with the rise of Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter, back when the internet was poppin' and was the Wild Wild West. Regular people started to engage with real-life celebrities, and then regular people started building their own presence on the internet, becoming their own celebrities with their own following, and people deciding who to follow or not follow and unfollow. Your batshit crazy neighbor could now get famous, or the wannabe musician down the street would now blur the lines of celebrity, as we the people started to choose who we wanted to see, taking the shine from actual celebrities.
Hello, I'm Janelle and I live in a van with my pet snake, Alfredo.
We live in a society where everyone wants instant virality and fame on social media, as a lot of people think this will fix all their problems. Because we see influencers today always buying luxury houses and cars.
Little Teo here balling in the IA. I dropped 200 racks on this car and I'm only 9 years old.
And a lot of us fail to remember that most of what you see on social media is fake, as everyone only posts the highlights of their life, not the struggles we go through. Hell, we even have people nowadays getting veneers for social media, We rarely see influencers and celebrities talk about the grim reality of fast fame due to the internet. Remember, it's not like back in the day where a gatekeeper would get you in front of an audience. Today, because of social media, it's the people that chooses you. It's the public that directly and literally hand you your fame. And the dangerous fact about social media fame is that it provides a false sense of familiarity or relatability. And as soon as you're not relatable anymore, the audience will take back the fame in real time.
But there's one noticeable paradigm-shifting difference. Gatekeepers still exist, but there are fewer. No one approves scripts, no executives offer notes, no morons in suits demand moronic rewrites.
Look at the dusty rapper Blueface. He got fame really quick due to social media when his song Tatiana blew up back in 2019. Even Cardi B ran and gave him a co-sign on the remix. The song was huge, putting the rapper on the map as a rising star. Billboard magazine even ranked Tatiana as the 26th best song of 2019. The track was even certified platinum in the US, additionally peaking number 8 on the Hot 100. Now, the thing with Blueface, he got his one hit, but he wasn't a great rapper or had any other talents than making memeable viral songs and moments for the internet. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying people generally want what you had to sell in your introduction throughout your stay, which in Blueface's case was catchy bops, but he couldn't maintain it and kept trying to recreate his Tatiana moment, but that got old really quick. And that's the thing with social media, it just wants to be entertained and it wants what it wants. And as soon as you can't offer that, it will drop you like a bad habit. Now, Blueface did try to hold on to his fame by starting his reality show Blue Bad Girls Club, his short-lived boxing career, and leeching off of Krishan Rox's fame to stay in the media. But to be honest, they were both using each other for fame. Viral rappers like Blueface don't stay relevant for long, only for a few years, and he's currently in jail, set for release sometime this summer. The concept of fame and staying famous hasn't been the same after 2018. Before social media, if you were famous, you could keep that fame, even if you weren't the hottest thing anymore, or after your prime. Audiences wasn't as intrusive, well, scratch that, they were, but they couldn't, to a certain degree. It was a different time, so, it was done in a different way. Now, with social media, the public have more of a sense of, I gave you your fame, or we made you famous. A sense of ownership.
Teensy weensy, but ever so crucial, little tiny detail. I own you!
If you follow an upcoming artist, you watch them glow up step by step, while you are supporting them by streaming the music, liking the photos, buying their merch. Any time of the day, you can just pick up your phone and look at their pictures or see what they had for breakfast. Remember when Doja Cat had her meltdown on Twitter, and people were like, if it wasn't for us, you'd be still making music on GarageBand. Because of social media, some of us have this entitlement mentality towards our fave. And it's not just musicians this happens to. The actor who plays Sir Christian from House of Dragons recently had to turn off his comments on social media because people don't like his character in the series, and they were sending him all type of hate comments. Mind you, I hate his character as well. I just want to punch him in the face.
You're not fit for the white cloak.
But this is the thing with social media. It has allowed that wall to be broken where people have direct access to famous people. Prior social media fame, you really had to earn your status as a celebrity, and no one could take it from you. Someone who really earned her fame is Nicki Minaj. I'm not the biggest fan of Nicki Minaj, but I have to give her props. She deserved her fame and earned her spot by working her ass off, trying to be who she is today. That's why in this age of cancel culture and social media, no matter what fucked up things she's done or what some people think she did, you cannot cancel her. Like when she used the black girl tragic hashtag in an insulting way, using double entendre surrounding Michael's death.
Like MJ Doctor, they killing me. Propofol, I know they hope I fall.
What else Nicki has done that pissed people off? Oh, marrying a sex offender. Or when she said the thing about the vaccines. The vaccines. They try to cancel her, but she's still here. The point I'm making is that it's easier to maintain your fame if you got famous in a traditional sense, which also takes longer to garner. And it's harder to maintain your fame if you got it from social media. And yes, Nicki came up when social media was around, but back in 2007, 08, it was still niche but growing. Traditional media was still king then.
Would you want this if I told you it was going to take 15 years? You can take the freeway if you want to get somewhere fast, but you can take the streets and maybe learn a little bit more about the city that you're driving through. You may be, in comparison, arriving a little bit later than everyone else, but you know so much more about where you've been. Are you okay with taking the streets? And if the answer is yes, put your whole 100% everything into it. Your money, your time, your energy, everything.
Ice Spice is under a microscope, and we are currently witnessing her attempts of keeping her fame, or so it seems. She can say the wrong thing, and it could be over for her. Look at Tyla, the South African artist who triggered not all, but a lot of black people for saying she's brown, when it's obvious she's part Indian. Like, look at her. Sure, she does look like she has some black in her, but you have to ask her or do your research to understand her racial background. And when I say Indian, I'm talking about people from South Asia, India, the country. Ice Spice doesn't deserve the fame she has garnered. And what I mean when I say this is, she's extremely overhyped. Does that mean she doesn't work hard? Absolutely not what I'm saying, but when I look at what she's done and the insane amount of hype surrounding her, it doesn't add up. Hear me out. Based on research I did, I started rapping in 2021. She blew up after participating in the Bust It Challenge. Not for her music, which is fine, but still, not for her music. So she was introduced to the masses as someone that was selling sex. Also, nothing is wrong with that. Bust it open on the internet, fine. But you have to be careful how you introduce yourself to the public on the internet, as that's how you will be remembered. Now, let's be honest. Riot USA, the producer, Ice's producer, he is the driving force behind her, because it's the production which is the driving force behind her music. She's not the best rapper. Her rapping is average at best, very gimmicky. I don't know who her ghostwriter is, but she needs a better ghostwriter. Maybe she needs to hire Partisan. And she doesn't need to prove that she writes her music, because at this point in the game, no one cares if you write your own music. The bar for rappers have been set very low, especially for female rap. It's been set really low after Cardi B. The music Ice is putting out now should have been released 2 to 3 years ago. Where are her mixtapes? Because most rappers that get this type of fame Ice is now experiencing, they have already put out at least 3 mixtapes. Even Cardi B had a couple mixtapes out before Bodak Yellow. Ice Spice only has an EP out so far, so it's like they're marketing her like she's a singer, and it doesn't work. Rappers are supposed to grind. That's one of the main appeals of a rapper, and a story they always tell. And Ice seems like a rapper that's had a soft life in comparison, and that's hard to sell to rap fans. That's why she gets pushed in the pop lane, but that's the worst thing, because most pop stans on the internet do not care about her. They only cared when she did the pop collaborations with like Taylor or Nicki Minaj. She is getting overhyped by pop fans, and the thing is, pop fans, they don't know shit about rap, and this is working against her in the long run, because the other people who care about her is the perverts on the internet. Although she is a rapper, she gives everything but a rapper. She gives more of a socialite image or an OnlyFans model. She doesn't give rapper. I really don't think she should be putting out an album right now, because it's not going to be a good look if she debuts anything less than 60K. And I know that's not a lot, but for her, that would be a success story. Y2K is not going to do crazy numbers, unfortunately, after collaborating with Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift, and also being one of the most overhyped artists of all time. She's not going to do what Nicki did. Pink Friday, Nicki's debut album, sold 375,000 copies in its first week, which is extremely rare for a female rapper. She's not going to do what Cardi B did. Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy did over 200K in its first week. And it's kind of sad because she is so famous. But that's the issue with internet fame. A lot of that fame doesn't equate to high numbers, because, fun fact, the internet is cheap, and it's always been cheap. we need to stop talking about Ice Spice. You know, she's making money, but it seems like she's not investing that money back into herself, which is what artist development really is. You, the artist, learning while you're doing the work and taking that money they gave you and investing it back into yourself. Her songs right now are not hitting.
Think you the shit, bitch. You're not even the fuck. Blah. Bitches be quick, but I'm quicker. Right. She could be rich, but I'm richer. Damn.
I'm sorry, but that's not it. I feel like these artists nowadays are releasing too much internet music. Back in the day, this type of music would be considered niche as hell or goofy underground music. And I don't hate Ice Spice. I do like the music, but the net is not being casted wide enough. Her Spotify monthly listeners has been cut in half. People are also talking about her lifeless performances, which I think she's doing on purpose to get people to talk about her. She's also apparently on Nicki's bad side. Mind you, half of her fans were Nicki fans. We need to stop talking about Ice Spice. There are others out there that I believe deserve this attention a lot more, like Glorilla. Why aren't we talking about Glorilla like this? Even Lotto. I don't know one Lotto song, but let's talk about her. Matter of fact, scratch out Lotto. Let's talk about Flo Milli. Flo Milli. Super underrated, super talented. In my video on Ice Spice, and yes, I still do not believe she's an industry plant. Industry plants don't exist. You're just mad. But some in the comments kept asking for like a follow-up video. But honestly, I had no intentions of making another video on Ice Spice because like she is heavily discussed on the internet already. And for what? I have no idea. Ice needs to change her name to Dry Ice because ice is melting. And I don't think she'll survive the summer if she continues on this current path. Thanks for watching this video. For those who kept asking for another Ice Spice video, I hope this tickles your fancy. I don't want to make another Ice Spice video unless she somehow proves me wrong. I really want to know what you think about this video. Don't hold back in the comments as I didn't hold back and I kept it as honest as possible as I can. Oh, I recently asked in the community section to guess the title of this video. I also post like a little teaser in the community tab and someone actually was close. YouTube Observer -V4BP. They were the closest, so shout out to you. I'm Don, your pop culture whore, and I will see you in the next one.